very good evening. Welcome back if you've been with us on the Full View on SABC News. Welcome if you've just tuned in. I'm Francis Hood.
And I'm Christalda Lewis. Thank you very much for joining us in this half hour. We'll talk about the Eddie Zondi tribute concert. One of the late Metro FM DJs, one of the SABC radio stations, a tribute concert 5 years after he had passed on. Quite a number of superstars who have come in from abroad there, Francis, to come and perform here. This caliber of music, I know on a Sunday, he just serenade you with all the beautiful music on the SABC radio station Metro FM. So we'll be talking to a family member about keeping that legacy alive.
Also, the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So we spoke about it regarding South Africa. Zimbabwe's communications minister in town. She will join us in studio. What does the Fourth Industrial Revolution mean for Zimbabwe right now? Currently facing, by the way, its worst power crisis in 3 years. Food shortages. Can it think about robots and technology? First, a recap of tonight's top stories.
Mpumalanga police launch an investigation after a man was beaten by private security officers in a Tasmet Park in Witbank.
The city of Cape Town announces plans to deal with an increase in what it calls shack farming.
And Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane releases a number of investigative reports, including adverse findings against Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan.
We've been asking you, in light of the Public Protector's findings against Gordhan, what remedial action do you think would be appropriate? And let's see what you've had to say.
I really think Busisiwe Mkhwebane should just resign. She should just resign and do that. Will be the honorable things that she can do, because she's fighting battles that she's not supposed to fight. She is not neutral in that position. She is still hired by the Zuma faction, and it's either she's got something to hide, which I think it's highly possible that she's got something to hide, and this is why she still continue to fight for somebody that already left office.
Hi, my name is Alice. I think the president should act, because now if he doesn't act, we will believe what the EFF is saying. Gordhan is the one who runs the country. So the president has to act. He can't keep mum forever. If it was President Zuma, it would have been a hype about it. So he must be treated the same. The public protector have spoken, and let the people act.
Good day, guys. My name is Bonga. The minister has any right to take this report and review if he feels so. But at the same time, we should warn and guard against politicians who will come out blazing and accuse the PP of being used by those who are in the fight back campaign. When the former PP Tulima Donzela, released a report against the former president, she was given praise. Now why can't we allow this one to also do her work in peace?
Whatever Gordhan did it in good faith. He pursued the criminals who were robbing the state, and now he's being persecuted by Mkhwebane. Mkhwebane is saying nothing about Msebenzi Zwane, who looted millions and millions of rands in order to enrich the Guptas. He is saying nothing about Msebenzi Zwane and Mahasho.
Right, Francis, just very shortly, we will, of course, be looking at what seems to be what on Twitter they call a tour between the finance minister, Tito Mboweni, and quite a number of the provincial executive committee members here in Gauteng. Of course, Gauteng's stance being that E-tolls need to be scrapped. We saw with the State of the Province address by David Makura, where he reiterated the stance of Gauteng that there is no future for e-tolls in Gauteng, but there seems to be a lot of push back and forward regarding this. We hope to bring...
It's getting quite vicious, actually.
It's getting vicious, and publicly so.
Yeah, so David Makura tweeted saying, that I've referred the e-toll matters, he said, to President Cyril Ramaphosa for final resolution. My engagements with him and Minister Fikile Mbalula have been positive. Minister Tito Mboweni, he says, can continue to tweet as he cooks. Often the finance minister does that, saying he's a minister, not a president. So that didn't sit well with Minister Tito Mboweni, and he has hit back in the last few minutes. Let's see if we can bring up what he said. Well, basically...
Francis, I have that tweet.
You can read it
I'll take a look at this tweet. He says, I'm certain that the Premier of Gauteng knows that you have to be careful before you pick a fight with a National Minister of Finance. The one who controls allocations. I will be careful if I were him. User/consumer pays. Okay.
Very Donald Trump of him. A little bit threatening.
Okay, I hope we're going to be able to. I hope nobody's going to claim that their Twitter handle was hacked here, because what's happening on Twitter at the moment is quite vicious.
This is a high-level tour between two senior ANC officials over e-tolls. The ANC cannot agree over whether the user should pay or if a government should basically absorb that cost. We'll follow it as it continues. And continue to engage with us. #FullView, and you can send us your voice notes or video call us on our WhatsApp line 0664798056.
You can view any of our interviews if you've missed the show thus far. You can look at our features by going to sabcnews.com. We're on Twitter and Facebook as well. Engage with us there.
News just